Things are not going well for Chinese leader Xi Jinping these days. His friend, the pro-China chief of the World Health Organization, publicly discredited his zero-COVID policy. The anti-Xi forces inside and outside China are working in concert against him. China's premier, who has stayed in Xi's shadow for the past 10 years, has suddenly gained power. After rumors of Li Keqiang replacing Xi Jinping went viral, Western media dropped a bomb by stating that Xi Jinping is suffering from a brain aneurysm. Is it a rumor, or does Xi Jinping really have serious health problems? And what role has Western media played in the Communist Party's bloody power struggle? Hello, welcome to my show. I'm Li. Xi Jinping doesn't have many friends in the free world. However, his political enemy, Jiang Zemin's faction, is well connected in the West. And it's not because the Jiang faction is friendlier. Instead, they were empowered during the 20 years when the West went to China for business. So the rich and famous in China befriended the rich and famous in the West. The Jiang faction knows how to use their Western connections, but Xi doesn't, nor does he care. That's why from time to time we hear Western media disclosing information about CCP politics that's confusing, one-sided, or not true. Two UK media outlets, the Daily Mail and The Sun, recently reported that Xi is suffering from a brain aneurysm and was rushed to the hospital late last year. They say that Xi declined brain surgery and instead resorted to traditional Chinese medicine for treatment. Brain aneurysms are called untimely bombs in the brain due to their insidious nature and deadly consequences. If a raisin-sized aneurysm ruptures, the patient has a 50% chance of surviving beyond 30 days and a 25% chance of surviving without severe brain damage. If surgery is required, serious complications are 4 to 5 times more common in patients over 65 than in those under 45. Xi Jinping is 68 years old. The sudden revelation of a brain aneurysm is a big blow to his seeking a third term, if it's true. Communist leaders' health is top state secret. So is it a malicious rumor, or is he really gravely ill? First of all, this rumor isn't new. A Chinese social media personality announced Xi's grave condition last Christmas, and then on December 27th, it appeared on Twitter under an Argentine account. Allegedly, the account owner has a close relationship with a brain specialist in Hong Kong, who said that Xi Jinping was rushed to a hospital due to a brain hemorrhage and needed to undergo surgery. The authorities had set up a crisis management office due to the seriousness of the situation. Whether Xi Jinping underwent surgery or not, some said he did, others said he didn't. This drastic variation in the story makes me wonder about its validity. I also noticed that when the rumor appeared last December, no credible media outside China reported it. The lack of media attention also makes me question its credibility. However, 5 months later, British media and Indian media suddenly picked up the rumor. The timing suggests that the coverage isn't necessarily related to the newsworthiness of Xi's health, but to something else. In Daily Mail's article, the rumor was used as the intro, and 2/3 of the article was criticizing Xi's Shanghai lockdowns. The report also made a glaring mistake of calling Xi Jinping the Chinese premier. As I'm filming this video, Daily Mail still hasn't corrected it. Either the paper doesn't expect high journalistic standards from this piece, or it's meant to insult Xi Jinping. So that makes me wonder even more. Could this be one of those pieces to please someone within the CCP, like Xi's enemy, the Jiang faction? Daily Mail and other media cited 2 previous incidents that suggest Xi's health problems. Back in March 2019, Xi was caught on video during a visit to France with an abnormally slow gait. Take a look at this video. Later, during the same visit, those who claimed he had a health issue pointed out that he visibly sought support as he sat down. Are you convinced that these 2 incidents showing Xi going into slow motion suggest he has a brain aneurysm? I'm not. He could be suffering from a wide range of health issues or simply fatigue and stress. The day after the rumor came out, Chinese state media reported that Xi attended the Central Committee's Rural Area Work Conference from December 28th to 29th and gave an important speech. That evening, Xi had a phone call with Putin. From this video, Xi didn't look like he just came out of brain surgery or was in grave health. A few days ago, on May 15th, the head of Taiwan's National Security Bureau, Chen Mingtong, was asked about Xi Jinping's alleged brain disease by a Taiwanese legislator. Taiwan's intelligence chief responded that his agency has knowledge of the matter and said, quote, "The health condition of Xi is not like what the media has described." I suspect the British media reports were a political maneuver by Xi's enemy, and Daily Mail isn't the only Western media involved in the CCP's internal political struggle. On May 11th, the Wall Street Journal ran a story about Li Keqiang stepping out of Xi's shadow and gaining more power. Mr. Li is re-emerging as a force in his own right, a potential counterbalance atop the Chinese government that hasn't been seen for nearly a decade. Based on information obtained from China, the journal also said that Li is looking for a successor to act as a counterweight to Xi as the party leader continues to rule. Please think carefully. Who could possibly disclose Li Keqiang's plan to the Wall Street Journal? It's definitely not Xi Jinping. Is it Li Keqiang's people? It's not possible. Li is very low-key. Even if he does have the ambition, as the journal claimed, a CCP leader would never disclose his plan to Western media. So the only possibility is that the Jiang faction fed the information to the journal. Given the bloody nature of the Xi and Jiang fight, I question the validity of these claims. Without a doubt, Xi Jinping is facing unprecedented opposition. He has been forced to make a compromise, and the compromise he made is the economy. In the grand scheme of things, Xi had to find allies, and he turned to Li Keqiang. Even though they don't see eye to eye on policies, Xi had no choice but to trust Li with the economy. I think the Jiang faction's rumor that said Li would replace Xi is a tactic aimed at destroying the trust between Li and Xi. And the Wall Street Journal piece is an overt maneuver to create discord by calling Li a counterweight to Xi. But at the height of Xi Jinping's anti-corruption campaign, Hong Kong media reported that after Xi faced several assassination attempts by the Jiang faction, he had internally arranged for Li Keqiang to be his temporary successor in extreme situations. So just think about it. If Xi didn't trust Li, he wouldn't have made that arrangement. Of the 7 members of the Politburo Standing Committee, Xi Jinping and Li Zhanshu are the Xi faction. Li Keqiang and Wang Yang belong to the Youth League faction, which doesn't have much clout in the CCP factional politics. In contrast, Wang Huning, Zhao Leji, and Han Zheng belong to the Jiang faction. But since the end of April, all 3 members of the Jiang faction have disappeared from the media, except for a brief appearance when they attended the Communist Youth League centennial event on May 10th, and the 3 have continued to be neglected by the media. However, Li Keqiang and Wang Yang are both given high-profile media exposure. The most striking example was the rare publication of the full text of one of Li Keqiang's speech in People's Daily and Guangming Daily on May 14th. It's worth noting that the speech was given a while ago on April 25th. But even though he was given this unusual coverage, Li isn't overshadowing the leader, since his speech was on the second page, while the front page was reserved for Xi Jinping. Xi doesn't have many people he can trust. Li Keqiang and Wang Yang don't pose a threat to him, so he has likely joined forces with them to fight the Jiang Zemin faction. This made the Jiang faction extremely nervous. They spread rumors and sowed discord between Xi Jinping and Li Keqiang. And the Jiang faction's friends in the West helped them spread it. Like I said, there's never a dull moment in the dysfunctional CCP household. As I'm wrapping this video up, I heard on Twitter that Xi has stage 3 pancreatic cancer and is bedridden. This latest development shows that the bloody factional war is escalating, which I think will ultimately bring down the CCP. I expect to see more reports leaked by Xi's adversaries to Western media. When you read them, ask yourself, who might have revealed this information? That'll help you know how to read these reports. Here's the video on the Li Keqiang rumor and how Xi escaped assassination attempts. That's all for today. Thank you. Subscribe and stay tuned.